And looky what we got here. Issue 152. It's an Excelsior, but not an Excelsior. Hi guys, Retro Trek Ralph here with another Eaglemoss official Starship collection of ships from the stars. Right, this one, issue 152. Now, this is unknown to me. I know there were plenty of concept arts that came out for when they did the Excelsior for Star Trek 3. And we've had different concept ones before, which is brilliant. It's stuff that you won't know about. There were some books that are out that you could have a good look at of how things could have been, but this is one of them. Model, same even for a little while. So let's get onto the book. Turn the light off because you don't see reflections. There we go. So, this is the USS Excelsior, NCC 2000. Would have been an NX, but that's fine. We can let them off on it. It's very different designed. Saucer looks very similar, but not. Underneath section. Yeah, that's very, very odd. Class Excelsior. It's not. It's experimental, but hey-ho. Nilo Rodis. It's nice to do stuff like this. It's a concept 1. So, I'm hoping that there's going to be more Excelsior ones, more experimental stuff. This is what I think. We've got a lot of the canon ships. We want to see some of these. God, that's a hell of a different ship. The what could have beens. I'm glad they did the Voyager one. That was a really good concept. I've seen that one. There was I think it was the Art of Star Trek book where they had that. It was on a wooden plinth and a little tiny model of a person which showed you scale to it, but it's brilliant seeing stuff that we just don't know, and this obviously is going to be one of those. So, lots of stuff in there, attached onto the back of the ship. It looks very odd, this, because the length of it is ridiculous, and I can see why they've done the style of this, because Star Trek 3 had the Grissom in there, the Oberth class, which these are sort of similar to. Was rejected concept, was later seen in Next Generation. Yeah, because a lot of the concept models were laying around doing absolutely nothing, so they just stuck them all in the Wolf 359 battle, which there's so many different bits and bats on there. We've seen a few around already in the collection, but the length of it, the shape of this is very similar. Take off that bit there, it's very similar to the Grissom, the Oberth class sort of ship, extra bits. But the length of this, it's just one long ship, but with 4 nacelles. The only 4 nacelle ones we saw were the Prometheus and the Stargazer. Please comment below if I have missed anything off. Right, the Excelsior was always a thing with, was it something to do with the Stan Lee sort of stuff? He always said Excelsior, or the other Marx Brothers, I think it was. I should say Excelsior. It's a very different sort of, yeah. Ah, hello, Excelsior, NCC 0220. So, it wasn't meant to be the NCC 2000. Does that say Excelsior? Oh, that'll focus. But, yeah, you got some really interesting models on the design there. There we have. Now let's spot where the Excelsior is. Because I love to see this, because this is the junkyard scene from Unification. Yeah, Unification Part 1. And is that a Phase 1? Star Trek Phase 2, sorry, ship. I think it might be. It's there. You do see it in all its glory. Very, very kind of big. That's a beaten up one. I think that is a hull from an Enterprise, a refit Constitution. You really have to dig in hard to see all the rest of the bits and bats concepts. That looks like a space dock, but very small. Maybe we can get you in a little bit better on this before it starts defocusing. Yeah, there you go. Very, yeah, because you can see there with my thumb, my finger. So this is how tiny it is. Don't know what that one was. You just can't tell. I mean, I'm trying to use the camera at the minute, try and tell. I mean, it's just a load of junk. It was just laying around, so they used it for the concept art. They use it for battle scenes like this. And I love the way they do this. I absolutely love it. Star Trek 3. Possibly my favourite film. But that is one of my favourite pictures of all time on Star Trek. I absolutely love that, with the Enterprise coming in, the past and the future. There is actually because it doesn't show you the proper scale of the space dock, because this is meant to be the central part. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 bits here. Because it only looks really small then on the size of space dock. They could dock 2 ships either side of these pylons. I guess there would probably be 4. But it does look quite small, sort of. But the scale of it is much, much bigger. But I do love that photo. It's an absolutely stunning photo. If anybody out there wants to take a photo of that and send it in as a print for me, I'd love that. And it still looks as new and as fresh today than what it ever did back in the day. And the crew: DeForest Kelley, William Shatner, George Takei, and Spock in the corner in his torpedo tube and his coffin. I mean, Spock was in Star Trek 3 at the end, I suppose, but he was the director of it. Right, 3 new ships that they brought into. The Merchantman. I don't know why they call it the Merchantman. It's a bit weird, really. I love that ship. The model came out for that. It was absolutely brilliant. The Grissom is such an interesting design, that. And then the Excelsior there, the NX-2000, the Great Experiment, the Big Failure. More ships, more different designs. Just throw them at me. I do absolutely love it. As before, this was as Kirk's son died. I'm about to destroy the Enterprise. There's another. Actually, let's zoom in on this one as well. Because we have the concept art there, the model of what we will see in close up in a moment. This looks very long, doesn't it? We have another scene here. That's a better model, a view of that ship. And you have a destroyed one. You have the Excelsior prototype we see there. There's even a Klingon D7. Oh, then maybe that wasn't the hull from a... I don't know what that is. I didn't even tell myself by looking at the picture. There's something up there. Don't know. Just pieces of ship, and then the Galaxy class in the middle. It'd be nice to zoom in more on all these ships to know what they are, but I don't think we're going to see that. Next issue, 153, the Devore warship, a Voyager one. And there we go. There is the ship. So, should we get on with this? Yeah, let's get on with this one for the model. Let's get it open and see what she is. So, usual artwork on the box. You never changed this, which is quite good, because they all look the same. So, we'll get the model out. Let's get the stand won't come out. Oh, grab hold of the bag. Oh, okay. Ah, that's surprisingly well in. So, Excelsior prototype 5193A-A. For anybody looking, I don't know what the significance of all this lot is. I do actually wish somebody had put in the description what the difference between all the numbers are, because there's not 5,000 odd different models. Wow, this, I don't know. I think I'm either disappointed or weirded out by it, because the saucer, it reminds me of when they did the Futura sets of Star Trek models. There were 3 different series, and then the third one they brought the Excelsior out, which was massively downscaled to the rest of them. But it reminds me of that, because the saucer is... Alright, to keep it in the box, they had to keep... It's the length more than the actual... Otherwise, the dish would probably be at scale, be that big, and the whole model would be twice the length. So, yeah, if it was to scale with the rest of the ships, it would be twice as long. So I understand, but it just looks so out of place, that saucer. I mean, it's a Mark 1 version, because you only got one impulse, warp, engine, yeah. But it's far back from what it should be. There's very little detail. That's part, the full part on here is all metal. You can tell that with the weight-wise. But let me get you in a bit closer, so we can do the fly past without checking as much. Come on, zoom, focus, focus. No, I don't want to focus. There we go. Grab on this side. So she's a very long ship. Can we get in a bit closer with the detail? These are nice clear sections, not put in particularly well on that one. The bottom section looks okay. You've got these triangle parts reminiscent of the Refit Enterprise on the double pylon. That's very strange. Double pylon per. Very, very odd. Underneath section there, that looks like the rear section on the top of a proper Excelsior class there. The navigation deflector, way back on the ship. But yeah. That was very kind of reminiscent of the Miranda class for some reason. Then you've got this very highly detailed section underneath that the proper Excelsior did have, but it's not badly detailed. It's very small scaled. I'll keep you in focus if I can. But the thing that got me with the Excelsior as well is these yellow sections, the thrusters, the RCS thrusters, or equivalent to. There's 5 on the actual Excelsior. This has kept it the same as the standard 4, although there are 5 phaser banks on the centre part. Like Dalek bumps for no reason. So underneath the nacelles here, it's all detailed. I'm guessing all 4 of these will be exactly the same. Let's have a look on the other underneath side of those. Yeah. Right, we're on the top section. Actually, we're on the back of the ship now. There's not much detail on the back there. A bit dirt. Okay. Well, this section just looks like it's. You can tell it's a concept. And you're back on the front bridge section there, looking very out of focus. Can we get it in at all? Oh, there we go. That's better. Lots of, looks like scratch marks on the paintwork. But I'm guessing they are supposed to be windows. This looks like scratches. Panels maybe? Aztecian panels? I thought they'd misspelled Excelsior then for a second. Come on, you know you want to focus. I mean, this is very, very focused in. So if you're not keeping it straight, it is very, very close. It's very small. I've got my thumb over the top of it for scale. There you go. And I've got probably normal size hands. I work for a living, sorry with the dirt, but there you have it. There is your, hopefully, concept 1 of many USS Excelsior. I'm quite like that. The side profile for this is it's very thin. I can't get it focused in at all, can I? There we go. A little bit on alignment, but this, honestly, You can see my fingerprint there. That's how close in it is. Really, one day I should do these reviews by having the model stationary and the camera go around it. But at the minute, you get what you get. And these are... Why is that on the in a cell got windows all over it? I think a little bit over. Is it dirt? No. Can't readily see a shuttle bay on here. It looks like a big... In the centre there looks like a cargo bay, maybe. But there's strange, is it or isn't it on the Excelsior whether or not it's the back end is a shuttle bay? Because underneath on the secondary hull, I thought that is supposed to be shuttle bays as well, on the normal Excelsior. But we don't know. These were never designed fully exactly what they're supposed to be. It's his own imagination that shows what is meant to be. So, will it stand? Will it get in focus? Who knows? Actually, it's going to warp towards us. No. No. It's faffing. It looks very different. From there to there. It just doesn't... But this is what I like about these sort of things. They challenge what is supposed to be normal and give you a new perspective. And I like this. Apart from that, I'd like to have seen possibly an XL version of this, but they're never going to do XLs of a lot. Well, this is really nice. I like this a lot. So, with that in mind, now the end of the video. Actually, with the scale to the hand, they are the same size as a hand, width-wise, on my hand. Not as wide at all, but like we said, it's got to be, the scale's got to be to the length to fit in the box, which is fine. So I like that. Really, really like that. So, end of the video. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share on social media if you want. Get me some more subscribers, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.